Hello, hello. It is Monday, the 16th of June. So, Monday videos are going to be not like strictly scripted lecture stuff, like the other days of the week. These Monday videos will be more of an opportunity for audience interaction and also kind of like a State of the Union address, state of the channel, talking about growth and direction and all that kind of stuff. So, not too much to report today. The channel exists, and that in itself is very nice. So this YouTube channel is a means of getting exposure for my writing. The writing is more like spiritual teachings than this channel is. So if you're interested in that, give it a read. You can find a link in description there, or to that. So what about this YouTube channel? What are we doing here? And I think that, right now I'm looking for feedback. Content related feedback, like if there are topics you're interested in, let me know. YouTube, I think like a bunch of other art forms or media, it's really just crowdsourced, like feedback is what makes it run. Like stand-up comedy, for example. If you don't have an audience, you don't know it's good, and you don't want to know what's not funny, and then you don't grow as an art creator, everything. Hey. I want to try to keep the videos in the realm of the major topics that this is all about, but math and spirituality are very vast topics. So as long as they're in the ballpark, any content suggestions I would welcome, certainly. So feel free to dive in with those. And if people have technical or presentation concerns with like the state or the quality of the video, please let me know about that. I don't think that I'll be in a position to do more highly edited and polished content without a team, and I think we're a long, long ways away from that. But if anyone has any relevant feedback, fire away in that regard. I've literally only received a single piece of feedback, that my dad thinks that my face looks funny in the auto-generated thumbnails. So, I don't know, maybe gonna figure out some thumbnail stuff. That'll be where I start. Uh, yeah, so rest of the week, Tuesday through Friday, we'll be talking about how did spirituality get stripped from the topic of mathematics. We'll be talking first how to kind of what was the kind of like the order which math was discovered because that context kind of helps. So we're gonna go way back, and then we're gonna talk about kind of the major development. Mathematics became a field, and then we're gonna kind of talk about like what it was like for a while, jump around a little bit, talk about its kind of like politicization, how people use it as like a power thing. And then at the end, we'll talk about when it really kind of got globalized, which will be a lot more recently than you might think that we started all doing like the same math. And then that I would also argue with sources that that's really kind of like when we all started doing the same math, one math kind of really had to have this like secularization moment out of necessity. And then, so that's kind of what's on docket for this week. I have some ideas cooking up for next week. I think with these first few, it's important to kind of lay the groundwork of what it feels like I'm doing right now. But if there are any like, more narrative-based things people are interested in, more kind of like the realm of spiritual stuff. I do think there's a lot of interesting history there. I'm in no rush. We can't, I don't really have the bandwidth to make like really exhaustive stuff, like five, like 20, 30-minute videos of me just talking. But I think, yeah, if there's directions people are interested in going, be happy to move that along and go in those directions. But I think this week will be fun, especially tomorrow's video is like that's my stuff. That's like I really know a lot about that, and I've had writings before on the topic, so I think That era, like the idea of that first historical shift, I'm like, that's kind of my wheelhouse. And then, yeah, so I think people will find that really interesting. And then we'll get to kind of our thesis of last week's was showing that math and spirituality were kind of the same thing for a while, and then how did they math become the kind of field that we think it is today? And that's all. So next Monday, if we would do like a Q&A, we could do like other stuff, more interactive. But for now, I think, yeah, hope you all enjoy the rest of the week stuff. And goodbye.